best. I'm on the outside, I'm looking in. I can see through you, see your true colors. Inside you're ugly like rain. I can see through you, see to the real you. I can see through you, see to the real you.
Africa, there are a lot of dictators. North Korea sent their workers, slave workers, to build statues for African dictators. School, I didn't learn. I never even seen the map of the world, and I never even knew therefore there were like different races existed. We are not Asians. We are not like some East Asian. We are Kim Il Sung people. We are Kim Il Sung race. That's what they say. We are Kim Il Sung race. We are not Asians in North Korea. And the Kim Jong-un, the Kims, the dictators, on purpose not to feed us. So North Korea is not a country like America or China, able to producing things. They cannot really like even barely make a toothbrush with all their own things. The only thing that regime makes is nukes, drugs, and weapons, all of those things. They cannot even make a toy for the kids. Like in North Korea, there's no movie, no songs, no books about love story. And the word love doesn't exist. Now you're gonna start reading books. Now you're going to start thinking about the meaning of life. You're going to do art. You're going to do you wanna have your hobby. You wanna think about more than surviving. So if you keep feeding people, they are not gonna be obeyed. You're not gonna be able to control them. That is why the regime so cautious, calculating not to feed us. So all we can think is not about revolution, not about freedom, not about how people living. It's about surviving next meal. Can we survive until tomorrow? That's all we think as a people. I mean, there's when you're born in North Korea, life is a struggle. So you don't really expect life to be a happy thing or something to be nice. I think my dream as a child was eating a bucket of bread. So my dream was having a one bucket of bread, and that was an unimaginable thing to do in North Korea. We are so poor, we can never do that. So
this is the cover of a Yeonmi video. Sweetie, Yeonmi, I believe this is some sort of porn site.
North Korea. Why don't you just immigrate to North Korea? Of course, Jeff Bezos trillionaire, right? How many $6 trillion is worth? How many people are worth of my money? But why does it matter? Of course, I'm so much poorer than him. Does that mean that I am poor because the inequality exists? That doesn't mean there is a poverty. The free market does make people rich. Some people way more richer than others. But it lifts all of us together from the poverty. That is very clear. Without free market, guys, how do we ended up with the internet and compare all these innovations? It's not just possible. And it's a side effect. If you want to call that side effect, it's an inequality. And that is not a bad thing at all. I think if we need some kind of understanding here why people so much get upset about inequality. To me, I appreciate inequality. And this is why I think I am shocked by people who live in this country are so brainwashed to believe that any kind of inequality is bad. So whatever happens, things cannot be worse than what it is now. It's impossible. No way on earth things can get worse than what it is right now. China doesn't want North Korea to be falling into democracy like South Korea is.
Yes is your answer. This should be stopped by everyone as soon as possible.
We constantly talking about slavery happened hundreds of years ago. Because in North Korea, I just wanted to read that book. Why this book, this ideology killed that many people? In this world, nothing has killed more than communism. Without capitalism, how any of this is possible? Capitalism is making it available for us to have all of this, have excessive food, have opportunity, have all the devices that we own today. How appealing the idea is.
Got it.
And especially to young people who, a lot of people don't pay, when you're young, don't pay taxes, right? You don't work, you don't actually understand how the economy really works. And also, I think because now life is so easy, right? Like when you're born, your mortality rate is so low, especially in the US. I think this generation expects life to be easy. That's what their expectation is. I grew up eating, grasshoppers. That was only my source of protein I could get. I was eating plants. I was literally finding everything I could to find food in nature. I didn't grow up with like a refrigerator. I didn't grow up like washing machine. I went to like river in the summer to take a bath in the river and washing my clothes there. And in the winter time we don't take a bath. Maybe we take once before the New Year's. There is only one channel on TV, 24 hours, that is telling us how wonderful the socialist paradise is and how bad our American bastards enemies are. And I remember when I came to America, going to Walmart's and going to see this like section of magazines, right? They have living like magazine, fashion magazine, cook magazine. I never seen any kind of magazine in North Korea.
I can see through you, see to the real you. I'm on the outside, I'm looking in. I can see through you, see your true colors. Inside you're ugly like rain. I can see through you, see to the real you.
But I was robbed in Chicago this year during the summer unrest, and I was punched by these two black women. And then I was trying to ask them, like, can you, like, I was asking people help. Like, she was punching me and taking my wallet away. And these people were starting calling me a racist. Like this, like middle of the Chicago, Michigan Avenue. I still have a footage of these girls. And they said, you are racist, you're a bad person, why are you doing this? Like, color of skin doesn't make them thief. I was like, I have a nanny who's Muslim wearing hijab. Like, I'm a color person. Like, why would I do that? And of course, those girls were thief. The police got the footage of them using my credit card, spending $30,000 at Bloomingdale or something.
Yeah, Bloomingdale.
And I just couldn't believe it. Like, the people were seeing me. I was very petite, as you saw me. These big 3 black women were like pushing me to the corner and punching me, and then they still calling me a racist, and like they're holding me down so they can run away so I cannot call the police on them. And that's like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I have a son in this country. Like, this is not a safe country anymore. Like, things are not like okay anymore.